Grim new milestone as we mark this upcoming September 11th. The number of people who died after volunteering, working, or living near Ground Zero has now surpassed the number of people killed in the attacks. Carolyn Gusoff was at Ground Zero following 9/11 and reports on the continuing struggle for federal funding.
So many names. This wall is getting so filled with names. It's heartbreaking. The park is getting too small for the amount of names that are going up so fast.
Mike Negron comes here often to be with colleagues lost.
Michael Musio was one of the guys. Jeffrey Taylor.
More and more each year.
I kind of lost track. It's crazy how fast guys are going and are getting sick.
Right through here, need a bucket line. Pass back.
Members of the Emergency Services Unit of the NYC Department of Correction, among those who were summoned to or volunteered at Ground Zero after terrorists reduced the mighty Twin Towers to a smoldering pile of rubble. His guys worked 6 days a week for months. Officials said the air was safe. Negron was in charge of scheduling.
That lingers in my heart. It hurts to know I had to send somebody down to Ground Zero and may become sick, may die.
Where we now know they were breathing in toxic, carcinogenic dust.
At the time, it didn't matter. We were there to do one thing, and that was to try to find survivors.
23 years later, more people exposed to the dust cloud have died of cancer and other diseases than in the attack itself. More than 2,000 names fill the Responder Memorial Park in Nesconset, and more slabs are needed.
I have no doubt that I'm going to beat this. I'm not going to be in that park. No.
Phil Rizzo is battling head and neck cancer, a diagnosis he knew was coming.
All we had were baseball caps. We had no mask. We had no gear. We had nothing. We didn't really know what we were marching into. And I remember I told the other captain, we might be marching these guys to their death.
Most of the illnesses now that are popping up are the cancers. And they told us back when they were doing the studies that when we got to the 20 to 25th year, and that's what we're seeing now.
The World Trade Center Health Program was to be funded through 2090, but the outspoken John Field, who has lobbied Washington more than 350 times, often with Jon Stewart, says that money is running out and health services will have to be cut.
Nobody apologized after 9/11 to us. Nobody said sorry for lying to you. Their apology was to create the World Trade Center Health Program. And we had to fight for 20 years to get legislation passed. Imagine we had to chase our own apology.
Created by Congress in 2010, reauthorized in 2015, $1.6 billion in funding already. But advocates say $3 billion more is needed. Bridget Gormley, whose FDNY father died of 9/11 related cancer, lobbies Congress.
There's always a question of where the money is going to come from, and that's always the issue in D.C. and with politics. Who's paying for it? Where's it coming from?
Nobody took into consideration medical inflation in 2015. There were 70,000 people in the program in 2015. Now there's 132,000 plus in the program. This is our apology.
They just need to take a walk here and see the names on the wall. Maybe they'll do the right thing.
The health program treats more than cancers. For Negron, it's crippling PTSD.
Every day I have flashbacks.
Congress has till 2028 to approve the funding. If not, medical treatments could be cut for those sick and those whose diagnosis is coming.
Why is it the right thing to do?
Because we did the right thing.
Carolyn Gusoff, CBS News, New York.
According to Health Fund advocate John Field, more than 6,400 people have died of 9/11 related illnesses. And CBS News New York will have special coverage of the 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony this Wednesday, beginning at 8:25 a.m.